Hello, this is my final video presentation for IDT. We have gone over so many different assignments that have to do with all kind of different technology and how to use them and why it is important to use them and what it will be helpful for me in the future in my classroom. There are 5 different ET standards. So the first one is the standard that focuses on the facilitate and how to inspire learning in a creative way. We did several things that could go under this category. The first one that I think that is very useful would be the graphic organizer. This is something that you can pick a certain topic that you're talking about and expand it in a fun and interactive way because the students will be doing it themselves and it'll help them learn about the certain thing. For example, my graphic organizer was on the life cycle of a butterfly. So you start with a cocoon and then you start with a caterpillar and then it goes to the cocoon and then it hides away and then it turns into a butterfly. Well, on a graphic organizer, you start with the middle and then you go to each of the steps. So that would be something fun for a first grader to learn about. The second one would be comic strip. The comic strip is something fun and easy. I did mine on math, so I think I had like 2 soccer balls and then maybe 5 soccer balls, and then I would have the second column saying the soccer balls with the number like 1 soccer ball, 2 soccer balls, 3 soccer balls. And then at the end, it would ask for the total of the soccer balls, and so the students would have to go back and count. This is obviously for the younger children. And then the third would be the interactive learning tables. These are different websites, online games that are educational for the students to learn about. Also, the coding activity would go well under this category as well, I think. The second standard is to design and develop digital age learning experience and assessments. This one, I think WebQuest would fall under, which I personally didn't understand the WebQuest that much, but I also think that the Web 2.0 tools would fit really well in this category. Like Pinterest. Pinterest is a very useful tool, not only for teachers, but also for anyone. It would be really useful for teachers to go and look up different activities on certain topics so you're not having to repeat yourself all the time. Another Web 2.0 tool would be a PowerPoint. You could have one lesson on something, like say you're doing science, so you could have one PowerPoint on cells, and this would be a fun way for the students to interact and make the PowerPoint or something like that, and then they could probably teach it to the class or something. So the standard 3 would be model digital age work and learning. So this one is kind of confusing. This is where the teachers exhibit knowledge, skills, and work through representation of professional and global digital society. I think the spreadsheets goes under this one because it's going back and finding the research on the different restaurants and how to add it up and use Excel. I also think the online research, which is the WebQuest, is also fitful for under here. I don't really know a third one for this one. This one was kind of difficult, but standard 4 is the promote and model digital citizenship and responsibility. I feel like the audio lecture would go under this. The audio lecture is something that you could record your lecture, or your students can record their storytelling or something where it's on an audio tape and they can go back and listen to what is being said. Also, the video is a great way to help things with like my video. So In this video, I might go back and bleep some stuff out, but I only know how to do this with the lesson that we learned, which is the video editing app on YouTube. It is a very useful thing, and I honestly would not think I would ever need to use that, but doing stuff like this and probably the next couple of years of my teaching, getting to my teaching career, I will have to make more videos, and this is a good tool so I won't have to go back and start over the whole video. I also think screencasting is very important. This is would be very helpful if you were in a computer lab, you were doing your computer work, and you had an overhead projector, so the students could see your screen and also their screen, so you could cast your screen and show them exactly step by step what to do and how to do it. This would be very helpful for younger kids who don't usually use technology as much. Standard 5 is engage in professional growth and leadership. This is when teachers continuously improve their professional practice, model lifelong learning, and exhibit leadership in their school professional community by promoting and demonstrating. I think the lesson planning would go, both of the lesson plans would go under this. This is the professional ways teachers present themselves, which is lesson plans. The lesson plans have a schedule of how the day is going to go, basically. So you could have your lesson plan for the week. My first one, I did the 5 senses, and it was on a short poem. I picked a short poem. I had the students read it aloud. I would pick, like, you read this sentence, you read this sentence, like something like that. I would read it aloud. We would go as a class together and circle what we thought the 5 senses were. Then after this, we would go to the computer lab. They would do a Word document. We would make a chart with 3 columns. It would be the senses, the 5 senses, what we thought the sense was, and a picture of what it is. So smell, you could smell a pretty orange flower. So for the smell one, we would put a flower and it would be orange. Or see, you could put the orange flower as well because you're seeing that as orange. So that, I think lesson planning is very important. It helps the teacher a lot on how they know that their week is going to go and actually how the next couple weeks are going to go. You always do your lesson plans ahead of time so you are prepared for your lessons for the week. This class has really helped me. I struggled in it a little bit, but now going back and going over all of the assignments so I could pick 3 that would go under each standard has really opened my eyes and has shown me that I will use a lot of these assignments in this course throughout my teaching career and even getting me up to my teaching career. So that's it.